we got one thumbs up already. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me turn the TV down just a little bit so we don't go too overboard here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. Good morning. I am Bridget B, and this is Bridget B TV, and we go live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for Midlife Talk, where we talk about all things that relate to midlife, and that would include almost every topic in life. However, the topics in life that affect us don't affect everybody else at the point that we are. So that's what makes midlife talk so relevant, so needed, and so good. But yeah, so we just get. Oh, I forgot my mic. I knew it was something that was going on wrong. Okay, forgot my mic. Let me get that going. Let me get that going. Hopefully, I'm not making too much noise. Hey, there we go. We got a little motion going on. Let me try to get this mic situation going. Hey, girl. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get this mic situated. This mic, it be a pain in the butt. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know where to put it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll hold it. How about that? We'll hold it because I don't know what to do with it. I know people like to hold it, but I don't know. That's just so. There we go. We'll go with that. My shirt, the neck of my shirt is all out of place. It's like a black Mona Lisa tee that I got off of TikTok Shop. See, I don't even like that because that's not doing right. I don't even like that. Here we are. Here we are. Good morning. Let me explain something to y'all right quick. I almost didn't do the live today. I was going to cancel the live because yeah, I crashed out yesterday over a missing Amazon order, and I was just in a general overall mood for the rest of the day. Probably wasn't exactly purely about the Amazon missing order, but that's what I decided to make it about. And so I really just was not feeling it. But after I woke up this morning, I was like, nah, let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. You got to do it moving. You know what I'm saying? You got to, if this is what you have agreed to do. Now, it will be some Saturdays that I just can't do the live for whatever reason. And I will always give advance notice. But I have agreed to show up for these mid talk live talks on Saturday morning. And so I decided that I would go ahead and show up today. Okay. I decided that I would go ahead and show up because I know that y'all gonna make me feel better. All right. Know that y'all gonna make me feel better. So yeah, I don't want to call it my mental status, but I'm gonna call it my emotions have been all over the place, since yesterday. So hey friend. So I was just in a mood yesterday, y'all. Like, really. Okay, so honestly, let's start the live with this. So I had purchased because in my closet, which I'm gonna do a short on as I start this process, is getting ready to all come together to make sense. So I was like, what can you do, at home? There's something fun, a little project, blah, blah, blah. So my sunglasses have been an issue forever because I generally have too many of them. I got rid of a lot of them when I downsized because I realized that I had a lot of them that I didn't really need like that. So, but in my closet, I wanted to just have them were visible where I could see them so that when I go to my little special place to in my closet, which it'll make sense. It'll make sense. Maybe some may know and some may not, but it'll come together to make sense. I have a little special shelf area in my closet with all my cute jewels and accessories and fur headbands and all the stuff that I never wear. Okay. But I wanted to organize my sunglasses. So I had been waiting on a package from Amazon, And you could keep your eye on the package, like where the package is and everything. This is how we started in this live office, with me telling you this so you'll understand why I said I was in a mood. Okay. So they say that it's 9-10 stops away. Okay, cool, it's getting close. So then, but I'm working in the daytime, so it's not like I can just be like, where's the package, where's the package, where's the package. So a little bit later I checked and it said that the package had been delivered. So when I went outside, the package wasn't there. So I go back and look at my camera, and I don't see anything too out of place. I saw a man look like he was trying to deliver a pizza, and he was like trying to find where he was supposed to be, but you holding the pizza all crooked. And I saw him glance back at my door. So I was like, he got the package. And baby, from there, I tipped over. I was going off. I was out of sorts. I was cussing. I was screaming, because here's the thing. I consider myself a person who, I want a lot out of life. Don't get me wrong, but on a day-to-day basis, I don't really require a lot. And these little things here, here's the package, y'all. Wait a minute. Here's the package. We're going to get to that. And these little things here that I'm going to put on the wall in my closet, because then you can hang your sunglasses on these. So I'm just going to, put them going down like that. And that was going to be like my weekend activity. Okay. And so I just got upset, because I was like, that's all I wanted to do. Like I don't require a lot. I don't get out the house and do a lot. I don't spend a lot of money. Not yet. Okay. I'm talking about getting out the house, not spending money. Not yet. Cause I'm getting ready to change that. As we going to start working on changing that. But I was like, that's all I wanted, was my little thing, so I could work on my little project. I'm a harmless person that don't bother nobody. And I'm trying to figure out why, baby, I clown. Do you hear me? I straight clown. So I got a refund, and then I reordered it, because I was like, no, I want it this weekend. I got something I'm trying to do. And again, I don't ask for much. So yeah, so I crashed out yesterday. I was out there bad, y'all. But anyway, I was in my little feelings. I slept overnight on everything, and it's a new day, and we gonna treat it like that, because this is a day that the Lord has made. So I'm gonna go forth and be glad in it. Okay. I promise, if you say that every morning, your days will go so much better, because I have gotten in the habit over the last year or so. I say that as soon as I wake up, this is a day that the Lord has made, and I'll go forth and be glad in it. And my days magically go pretty well. It be hiccups, don't get me wrong, baby. It ain't gonna never be perfect, but I think it fixes my mindset for how I will view the day. Great, girl, rightfully so. It's like I don't ask for a lot. All I wanted was these little plastic things, so that I could work on something in my closet. And they come with like, they got some little stickers that go on them, kind of like command strips, but for sunglasses. Okay, so anyway, we are currently listening to V's Authenticity. V is one of our midlifers who comes into the live, who has supported my channel for years. And she has a channel with like calming music and background. And so this morning I was like, yeah, I got to get V up there because, baby, the one I'm watching now is called Zen's Garden. I'll share it after the live. But yeah, I was like, baby, I got to get that up there. Okay. I got to get that up there. So anyway, I have talked for 10 minutes about my crash out. And so we're going to move on from that, because I've talked about that for too long. Okay. I want to do a follow-up of the OGX Smooth Emulsion Plus Argan Oil Conditioning Mist. I shared this in the last live. And it's okay, friend. Next time, call me so I can crash out with you. Put on that new T.I. song. Yes, I will do that, friend. I will do that. You know what? I get so ashamed of my crash outs that it like causes me to withdraw, because I'll be like, girl, why you sit up there and why you sit up there and do all that? Why you sit up there and clown like that, girl? You didn't have to do that. So I'll withdraw, but I know that I could trust you with the crash out. So I will contact you. So follow up on this product, y'all. First of all, I deep conditioned my hair last Sunday. Um, and I just had a lot going on. Yes, thank you, friend, because I can, and I know that I can contact you, and you're gonna jump right in there with me. You're gonna jump right in there with me. It's never an issue. It's never a question. It's never a pause. It's never. It's just like what? Okay, it's involving my friend. So what? So we getting ready to do this, or what's getting ready to happen here? What's happening? You only get a few seconds to get it figured out because that's the kind of friend that you are. And I love it. So I deep conditioned and didn't follow the instructions. My hair was very wet. Okay. It was like very wet, and I'm steadily trying to dry it. The instructions for this product say to shake it really well before you spray it. I did not do that. It also says hold it 6 to 8 inches away from your head. I did not do that. So by the time I got done spraying this product, my hair was dripping wet. Okay, it was dripping wet. So I'm gonna give this another try, even if it's something that I tried with the co-wash, and follow the instructions. Shake, because the product needs to be, mixed really well. I guess is what I'm thinking, and then spray 6 to 8 inches away, and then I'll see how that works out. So I don't really have a final verdict on this product. I want to say that initially, with me not following the instructions for the product, I was kind of like, it's not heavy enough for my hair. My hair is very dry. I don't know if my hair is what they call it, porous. So is dry hair porous? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it again. At this point, I got enough products to check out. Um, I can make some pop with my hair at whatever point in time. I think I found the place where I want this to go to. I think I found it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let me get y'all together too. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay. So that's the deal with that. So y'all, listen, let me tell y'all something. I really don't wear makeup unless I'm really going somewhere, or, I just want to perk my face up just a little bit because I'm going somewhere. I will go somewhere with no makeup. But so my makeup collection, let's just say through the C19, not wearing makeup. Then after that, and one day I just, even after the downsize, then I looked at my makeup collection and I was like, a lot of this stuff is old. Normally, I use Lancome foundation, and I'm gonna talk about foundation in another live. But baby, my Lancome foundation was so old that when I would put it on and then I would get out in public, I would be like, "Why my face look weird?" It was like oxidizing really fast. So essentially, what happened is I have slowly but surely thrown away my whole makeup collection. Of course, I've kept anything that is newer, but most of the things have had to go. One thing that I have a tendency of buying that I had to throw a lot of away. Don't get me wrong, baby, I ain't have 25, 30 of them. Okay, maybe 10, 10 lip colors. Okay, so and plus lip colors are generally going to be affordable. I had to throw away my Dior Nude 100 because it was old, y'all. That is the best nude lipstick ever. Okay, it next to the one I'm gonna show you today, but I had to throw it away because it was old, and I was like, baby, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You can't use old makeup. So lip colors are easy to replace because I find them to be affordable. So that's something that I started with. The good thing is that after trying so many products, I really had like a good grip on what it is that I wanted, and then everything else just became like a try it. Uh, so what I started with, and I told myself I was gonna start with, and I did it, okay, is this right here. Wait a minute, I'm getting it together because I want it to come up, the way I want it to come up. Okay. Oh, I forgot my lip pencil, but anyway, I started with these. This is the NYX Butter Gloss, and um I got it in three different shades. So it's one of these shades that has been like literally a staple for me for years. And that is this one. This is this is creme brulee, y'all. Hold on, let's see. This is creme brulee. It's not gonna show up. It's too the writing is too small, y'all. But anyway, creme brulee I have used for years. It is like the perfect. Yeah, this one is creme brulee. It's like the perfect pink. It's just so like gentle and soft, and it's good for just running out the house, basically. Really, all of these are good for running out the house. And so with these NYX butter glosses, I try to treat these like the lesson that my grandmother tried to teach me a long time ago, and that is to never leave the house without rouge, that I didn't want to follow, but now I do. So the creme brulee is one that literally I keep this in my bathroom, because if I'm getting ready and I'm on the move but I know I want to put a little color to my face, the creme brulee is gonna always be that girl. Let me get this color out. Let me get this color out so y'all could. Maybe it's my lighting. I just don't know. Here we go. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, it's a very gentle pink, as you can see. A real gentle pink. It's perfect for every day. It's perfect for you just want to put some on your lips and go. Maybe not so much a well made up look, but it's good for every day. However you want to use it. Shoot, it's a free world. And then the other one that I really like, I keep this one in my purse, and this one is called Madeline. And it's got a little bit more brown to it. A little bit more brown. And I keep this in my purse because I really like the way that it looks. It could be these glasses too that's got me thinking that I can't see. But anyway, I keep this one in my purse because it's just so like pinkish, brownish, neutralish. And I can throw it on my lips whenever, like no big deal. Just throw it on. Similar to the creme brulee. And then this one right here is one that I was like, I just tried it. And this one is called, of course, I can't see it. Um, yeah, anyway, I can't see it, but it's the lighter of the colors, and it's like a lighter pink, a much lighter pink. And it's cool too. It's cool. I kind of like this one in the summertime, especially when my skin is darker and it creates a better contrast, but it's much lighter. Let me show you. There we go. That's this one, the light one. So you can see kind of how light it is. So the NYX Butter Gloss was the first three that I went with. I was like, let me get my NYX together, and then I can move forward with other things. So these are the first three lip replacements that I purchased. I think I could be out of order, but I definitely knew that I was going to prioritize this because it's an inexpensive um um they have a lot of different colors. Okay, I'm not selling this. I buy all of these. It's just that I believe in it. They have a lot of different colors, a great color range. They sell it at Ulta. And yeah, I was like, let me get them first and then we could move on. So one day I was moseying in Marshall's, and currently and literally, this is the only lipstick that I have. Okay, this is the only lipstick that I have. But I was moseying through Marshalls and I saw some MAC lipsticks. And so I looked at this one and it said Teddy 2.0. You ain't gonna be able to see it, but it said Teddy 2.0. And I had heard of the shade Teddy by MAC. I had heard of it plenty of times from watching YouTube, from watching people do makeup on YouTube. And I was like, Teddy 2.0, wait a minute. That's making my spidey senses go off. So I bought it. Y'all, I love this lipstick. And this is the weird thing about it, y'all. Here's the color right here. It's a neutral. It's very neutral. Okay. I love it because here's the tea with this color. And now I remember when people would show this color on videos and makeup tutorials and whatnot. I remember like what it did. It almost neutralizes the lip to make it be one solid color. I can't explain it, but here it is. I like it. So I went with Teddy. And what I had meant to be doing, but I left my lip liner. I meant to actually do the lip, but I left my lip liner though, because I wanted to do an actual full lip on her. Let me see. Is this or any of these lip liners here? I think this is. Let me see. Yep. Yep, this is a lip liner. Okay, so I really wanted to do this, start with this. So I'm going to line my lips with this NYX matte lip liner, and this is in the shade Club Hopper. Ooh, it's in the shade Club Hopper, y'all. This is not my favorite lip liner because it's got more of like a burgundy to it, and I like my lip liners to be brown, just straight up brown. But we're going to use this one because it's her. We're going to use this one because it's her. So let me get this lip, y'all. I know I'm lining above, which I really didn't mean to do, but here we are. Here we are, y'all. We're here, and there's nothing we can do about it. Uh-huh. Okay. No, I don't want to ask that. It's okay, friend. Next time, call me so I can crush. Oh, wait a minute. That's an old comment. Okay, anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to put on the Teddy 2.0 by MAC. I'm not sure if this is a matte. Anyway, I love this color, y'all. So here we go. Now, this lip liner ain't really doing it for me. It's up too high. It's too much going on. I'm not a makeup creator, but I can be. Okay, so there it is. Let me get that. So it's like, see how it looked like I don't have on lipstick, but I do have on lipstick. That's what I love about Teddy. It's very toned down, not doing too much. But what I found is that I like to use it as a base for the next one, which is literally like my number one stunner lip gloss right now. Like the NYX, that's for the daily. That's for the light work. That's for the, but the Huda Beauty Faux Filler, the Huda Beauty Faux Filler in the shade. I got the shade. Oh man, where's the shade? Sugar Crush, I want to say is the name of the shade, but I could be wrong. It's one of the pop, it's like a real popular shade. So I was just ran in Sephora one day, probably with my daughter, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy me a lip gloss. Now, I really wanted to get like a Dior lip gloss, but I ended up seeing this. And it's just like the perfect shade of pink. I don't know how to get this to. Anyway, so I like to use the Teddy 2.0. I like to line my lips, Teddy 2.0, and then the Huda Beauty Faux Filler in, I think it's called Sugar Crush or Sugar Baby Crush or something like that. And there we have it. And there we have it. All I really needed was my favorite liner, but I love this combination together. It's just a really good look. And I feel like it brightened my face up just in this short period of time. I feel like that's what it did. So Lippies is the first thing that I was like, well, since I'm rebuilding my collection, I'll share what I'm working with in lips for right now. I bought these two and I don't really care for them. These are the e.l.f. It's supposed to be like you put it over your lipstick or whatever. I don't really like them, so they kind of just sit or whatever. But these, the ones that I showed, is my number one stunners for real. Like, these are the number one stunners right here. These are the ones right here. So now we've covered that. So we can move on. What is going on? It ain't hardly nobody in the live today. I don't know what's happening, but we're going to keep on moving on. But it's just a little bit different. Like, where is everybody at? Maybe everybody was busy. Maybe that's why my mind kept saying, don't do the live today, because I straight up was there. I was like, I need to rest. I want to sleep in. I want to stay in the bed. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like preparing. But when I got up, I was like, nah, baby, you're gonna do the live. You're gonna do the live today. So yeah, so that is how I have started rebuilding my makeup collection over 50, okay, is with just a few lip colors. And especially considering that I don't wear makeup a lot, it's just not necessary for me to, go crazy. Now, if I see now, hold on now, another like um standard in my makeup collection always, and it usually stays in my purse, and currently this is kind of taking the place of it, the Madeline, the NYX butter gloss in Madeline, is MAC lip gloss in the color Old Baby, which I have been using ever since my friend who is in the live introduced. I went with her to get it because she. Do you remember when we went to get MAC Old Baby lip gloss, friend? Do you remember that? You went to get it and I went with you, and you was like, I gotta have it, I gotta have it, I gotta have it. And you got it, and then after that, I was like, I'm gonna get that. And so I got it, and I really have been using it ever since then. I don't even know how many years ago that was. I don't know what happened to my lip gloss. I don't know if I gave it to my daughter or if it ran out. I don't really know what happened. But that MAC lip gloss in the color Old Baby, if you put that on, honestly, I love lipstick, gloss, and liner. What is that red shade that you be? It's a shade that you wear. I think it's red, and it's just like perfect. I need to figure out because reds are. I love a red. I love a red. Okay, but reds are different. Like you got reds with orange undertones. You got reds with blue undertones. I don't know what my undertone exactly is. I used to have a red that I loved, and I'm trying to think, was it by Black Radiance? I feel like it might have been by Black Radiance. I definitely want to try the lip bar. They have a red that's, trending, very, very popular or whatever. But yeah, what is that red that you be wearing? Because it like fits your skin tone and everything perfectly. It doesn't look overdone. It looks natural. It looks like you tried, but you didn't try too hard. Um, I don't know. It looks good. Let me know though if you know, because how many reds do you have? Do you have a lot of reds? But maybe you know what I'm talking about. It look like it might be a matte, but it always looks good on you. I'm gonna say that it always does. So that's there with that. In the upcoming lives, I'll share my new foundation and my thoughts on that. I'm going to share blushes. I'm going to share more things, but I just thought that I would kind of start simple with the lip colors. And so this is where I am with it. I really don't need anything more than this except a red. You, it's a red that you wear, and it looks so good on you. But yeah, I don't need anything more than this right now because I don't wear makeup that much, but also in the famous words of my grandmother, if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. So I like to be ready of sorts in that way, just with a few little things. So just these few little things work out for me right now as far as a lip color. Okay. That is where we are with that. So it's time for us to get to our serious topic. So let me get myself together because it's time to get to our more serious topic. It needs to be taken serious. You know what? I'm trying to think is the one that I have been where it was either Milani or Black Radiance, but I loved it. I was in Chicago one time and they had just come back out with the Fashion Fair makeup at Sephora. And I mean, they had the whole display, and I got that one pink shade that was real popular, and it was kind of iridescent a little bit. It may have been called chocolate raspberry, or I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Um, okay, it's a liquid lipstick. Dang, guess. But you know what? They do make liquid lipsticks to look like that. Because I'm like, it looked like it could not be a liquid lipstick. But I guess because of the way liquid lipsticks dry down, then yeah, I could see it being a liquid lipstick. And I have tried liquid lipsticks before, One thing that I'm having an issue with when it comes to makeup, a matte. Okay, that I was just getting ready to say something about that, because one thing I'm having an issue with, and this is one another reason that kind of caused me to begin the rebuilding of my makeup collection, is because I'm getting older and I have more wrinkles in my lips and on my face. And yeah, matte foundations no longer really work for me, because, baby, a matte is going to show every line that you have available. It is going to show every line. And so the last matte lip color that I had, I was noticing that. And what I would end up doing is throwing a gloss on top of it, because my lips would just look it's you could see every wrinkle in the lip, and I was like, wow. So that's when I started to including some brand work that I did with a makeup brand that focuses on mature skin. I started to learn more about exactly what it is that I needed at this age. So, love a matte. I've always loved it. Girl, I love a dewy face, baby. I love a dewy face. And we're going to talk more about dewy faces in an upcoming live, because I was going to actually do it today, but I was like, nah, space it out a little bit. You don't have to talk about everything at one time, but in the summertime, especially in the wintertime too, don't get me wrong, but in the summertime, because in the summertime our skin is so much more, well, I guess it depends on where you live. I live in a very humid place. St. Louis gets very humid in the summertime, so naturally you already kind of have a dewy look. And unless you work really hard with primer, matte foundation, a good setting spray, I don't know, I don't like, why look dry in the summertime? I don't know, I tried to get on the matte trend, and I did. I absolutely did. And I would love the look of it too. But at this age, me and Matt don't go together. Me and Matt don't go together in no way, shape, or form, because, again, to me, it shows every line. Now, a matte lip to hold the color with a gloss, maybe, okay, but I love a dewy face in the summertime, baby. Literally, before, if I'm wearing makeup somewhere in the summertime, I'm gonna stop and do a check to make sure that I'm dewy and I'm glowing and I'm, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just like it. I feel like this. It's already humid. It's already hot. You already looking kind of dewy. Lean into that look. Just go ahead and lean into it, because that's how you're going to look anyway. Okay. In the wintertime, you wouldn't have to work hard to hold a matte face at all, because the air is drier. But if you want to hold a matte face in the summertime, I get it, because you don't want to look all shiny. It depends on your skin. It depends on if you say matte make her look still. Yeah, it very much for me gives yeah, funeral home. It just, I just started noticing that. I was like, Matt don't look good on me. Oh my God, Matt had me looking crazy. It just didn't look good. So um yeah, I'm even considering my next foundation. I'm considering getting a dewy finish, and honestly, that Maybelline Fit Me, if they got the brown sugar and the matte dewy, that'll work, because when I tell you, I used a whole bottle and went to the next bottle of Maybelline Fit Me Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade, I think it's brown sugar. Fire. Fire. That's what I was all like, okay, hold on, drugstore products. Hold on, drugstore yeah, fire. And if I try another foundation and I don't like it, the Maybelline is gonna be next. Period. The Maybelline Fit Me, but I might try the Dewy and Poreless, I think it's called. Yeah, we're gonna go right on to that. Yes, looking like you ready, baby. I don't want to look like that. I don't want to look. I want to look refreshed. Okay, that's how we should be looking anyway. I want to look refreshed. So, but Matt has his place. I will say that it has his place, but I don't know. Dewey, I love though. I love Dewey, baby. I want to look like you could ring me out. I'm just kidding, y'all. I am just kidding. Okay. Okay, so time to get serious. I'm not going to put my glasses on because then everything is going to become a blur as it always does when I put my glasses on. What is happening here? Um, to our serious topic. The color, yes, it will dry you out. It will dry you all the way out. Matte is probably good for people with oily skin. I don't have oily skin, so it's probably good for them because it'll give that look. It gives them time. It give a person with oily skin time before that oiliness start breaking through. So there we have it. That is the purpose that matte serves. Or even if you are a combination um T-zone type of skin person, then that matte could be good for that because you're trying to hold back the oil, but that's just me, and I'm not a makeup expert or none of that, honey. Only thing I know is about me, what I've tried, what worked and what didn't. Okay. That is literally all I know. I am not a makeup artist. I am not a makeup guru. I am not a makeup tutorial person. I am none of that. I once thought that I could be, but it don't, that all of that don't work with my anxiety. So I'm just going to continue to do what I do, which is share the products. I'm gonna share the products, okay, and talk about how what it does for me, and that's all I can do. Okay. So okay, y'all, come on, for real, we're gonna get to our serious topic now. Okay, let's get to our serious topics. So our serious topic that was submitted by a viewer was to discuss traumatic life events. And I had actually put traumatic life events as a topic as well, but the viewer chimed in and like added to it. So I was like, okay, perfect. Traumatic life events, forgiveness, and basically the backlash that you receive as a result of forgiving, and maybe people not understanding why you made that choice or whatever. So, first of all, how many of us have had a traumatic life event? How many of us? Everybody raise your hand. You can even put it in the comments in the chat if you've ever had a traumatic life event, because I'm trying to ascertain, does everybody have a traumatic life event at some point? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I know I definitely have. So I got my hand up. I got my hand up. Okay. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Oh, I can't believe I had an outfit idea for this t-shirt for um like fall and winter. I didn't get to it. And then I kind of don't like the way this print is on her, but I still like the shirt. It's like, feel that? You hear that? It's like a big plastic square. But anyway, I have experienced a traumatic life event. And the thing about traumatic life events, I feel, additionally, let me get a disclaimer. I am not a counselor. I am not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. I am none of those things. I am just simply a person, a woman in midlife who has experienced some life. And that is what we come here to talk about on Saturday mornings. Okay. So I want to be clear about that because I'm none of those things. What we get an opportunity to do here is to empty out, okay, things that are on our minds, things that are on our hearts, issues that might not get discussed on a regular basis in our everyday lives. This is a place where we get to empty those things out a little bit, and then we can move on with life, but I am not a professional. I am only a woman of life experience. I thought that was our no, this is supposed to be like the Black Mona Lisa. I know, right? It do give her though. It gives her with the bust down and everything with the bust down. So I know that everybody deals with it different because all you got to do is live life and observe people, and you will see that. Like, if you know a person experienced a traumatic life event and you see how they're moving forward, how they handle it at the time that it happens, and how they move forward, as well as the in between. You see that everybody deals with things differently. Well, the way that I deal with things is I suppress them. I just keep pushing it down until I feel like it's, pushed down far enough to where it ain't got to come back. Because um Probably for a few reasons. For first of all, because like who wants to keep recalling it? Although I will say, if you've ever experienced a traumatic life event, it recalls automatically. Okay, it recalls automatically in your head, but um you deal with it and control it in the best way that you decide to do that. Like, so for me, I'm gonna just push it, push it, push it, push it. That's the reason why my ass is on a healing journey. Okay, so I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I'm just saying that that's how people deal with things. I feel like a lot of people suppress, and then I move on as if nothing happened, but yet and still the trauma is still living in your head, and it's affecting the way you live your life. It's affecting the way you make decisions. It's affecting your relationships with other people. It's affecting your physical body. It's affecting your mind. It's affecting your everything, your dental, because I don't know why at a certain point life got stressful and I started grinding my teeth. What in the whole world of worlds is going on? Baby, I started grinding my teeth. I had never had this issue ever in life. And I went to the dentist and he was like, "Do you be grinding your teeth?" And I said, "No, I've never." He was like, "Yeah, you must be because you got like cracks." He said, and I can see them. And so I had to get the thing for my mouth and everything. Wasn't wearing that. Okay, he wasn't wearing that at night. Just being rebel again. How do we deal with trauma? Just being rebellious. Okay, I done paid good money for this mouth guard. Okay, because I choose to suppress and keep everything, and then it ain't doing nothing but beat me down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't doing nothing but beating me down. It's not, why am I making this choice to do this to myself? But this is, who we don't know how to deal with things. We don't know. Trauma is something to me that happens quickly in life. So you kind of don't get a chance to decide how you're going to deal with it. How you deal with it is basically the consequence of it, So, okay, so again, that's why I'm on a healing journey and in the therapy and everything. Okay, so I have learned that that is not good. I have learned to find ways to allow my emotions, whatever my mental state is, to find positive ways to, and then at times I will crash out like I did over this Amazon package yesterday. Okay, at times, and I even look at that as being a result of trauma. All that acting out over simple things, yeah, yeah, because I be needing all the simple things in my life to go right. Okay, I be needing it to go right. So, good morning, V. I'm playing you right now. I am play. I got it turned down though because I was talking. I am playing Healing Zen. Yep, because I told him that I crashed out yesterday. So I was like, baby, I need some V. And I chose Healing Zen to play during the live. And if you ever feel like you need to have a moment to just go to V's Authenticity and find you a video and put that mug on, either go get in the bed, lay down, cover yourself up with some covers. That's what I would do. Lay on the couch, lay on the floor, stand still, whatever it is that you need to do. But go ahead and incorporate that into your routine for your mental health. The tools are here for us. The tools are here. Yes, yes. Don't you let the energy know that what how you gonna respond to it. You don't let the energy make you respond a certain way. Okay. But I crashed out over the Amazon pay. Y'all, I acted a fool, okay, because I just felt like, why is life doing this to me when all a lady wanted to do was be home this weekend and organize her sunglasses and hang them up on the wall? Like, why? Why is this happening to me? Because I find that my excuse for a lot of times crashing out is that I don't ask for much. I just want the simple things. Why is it, So anyway, so moving along to the to the second part of the viewer topic was traumatic life events, forgiveness. Baby, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We don't even have enough time to really talk about this for a long time. But a traumatic life event is always going to come with the opportunity to forgive. Okay. My belief system requires me to forgive. It does. It does. And forgiveness is a topic that I kind of had some experience with. Well, that didn't sound right. Let me say a topic that I delved into many years ago, before my daughter was even born. I entered a writing contest, and it was about, it said to do like a piece, or what do you call it? I haven't been in English in so long. What do they call that? Like when you do a paper. Hey Tasha, let me look at the comments. We got V in the house. We got V on the TV too. Don't play. Baby, get into it. Get calm. Chill out. Um, anyway, you had to write a piece on forgiveness. And I don't know why I randomly entered this contest. It was so weird. I don't know why I did it. But anyway, I did it and I won. And I think I won like $100. I won a book. And then the lady asked me to come on. It was like a podcast, but it was many years ago. No, you know what? My daughter was born because I remember going to sit out on the patio at my house to do the interview, because I could be so private that I don't even share my wins, or I don't share that I'm opening up about something, or I don't know, maybe because I knew that I was in the home with other people that experienced the same traumatic life event that I did. And I just wasn't ready to share the way that I was beginning to move forward. Okay, so I did a piece. You're going to distract me. What? Cleaning mouse traps? What's going on, Sony? What's going on? What's going on? Ah, okay. Well, you gotta update us on that. Update us on that, because baby, ever since the time I had a squirrel up in my attic with all that running and all that scratching, baby, I can't listen. Listen, you talk about to lose your mind. You talk about traumatic life event that almost drove me mad. Like, you trying to lay in the bed at night, do 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 do. And then when the man came from the pest control, he was like, "Come here," and he showed me up in my soffit. The damn squirrel was peeking his head out. He said, "Yeah, we finna get that. We finna get that." See you, friend. About to head to film. All right, friend. Happy have a good day on the set. Sunshine the series. You can watch it on Tubi. It is made, created, directed by someone right here in St. Louis. Matter of fact, y'all might know who it is because she was on Real Housewives of Huntsville. Sunny. I'm going to say the wrong name because I'm thinking about the lady from the cooking show. But nevertheless, you can watch some of the older episodes on Tubi. Sunshine the series. It's good. My friend is in it. Oh my God, me and Danielle was watching it. And we saw you on the screen. Remember that, Danielle? I was like, "That's April." You was playing the bartender. Outside sheds and that. Oh, okay. Okay. But anyway, have a good day on the set. I hope that everything goes well. Do that. Do that. Do what you do, friend. Do what you do, friend. Okay, that's cool, Sony. I know you. Look, so people watch YouTube and lives. They be doing stuff. Sometimes I watch it. I'm not even looking at the screen. Drinks at the bar. Yes. 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 So anyway, yeah, y'all could watch that on Tubi. Sunshine the series, made right here out of St. Louis. Got all kind of St. Louis hands on it. Okay. So but anyway, so forgiveness. So I won this thing, right? So it made me, so then they wanted me to do an interview. So, it was almost like a podcast. I did it over the phone. And, so then I got to go about it. But if I remember right, in the writing that I did, what I basically talked about was that the first thing I was going to do was forgive myself for allowing traumatic life events, people, places, and things to cause me to treat myself a certain way, to manage my life a certain way. I'm gonna get forgive myself. So I think that's what the writing was about. Okay, so then once you do that, okay, you gonna be like compelled to begin the forgiving process of forgiving others. Okay. Um yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what, anything that you want to do in life that is on the right side of life, like forgiveness, I would do my best not to concern myself with what people thought about it. I would do my best because this is your journey, not theirs. And you have to decide for yourself if you want to live your life in unforgiveness. Just living in unforgiveness, child. But really asking God every day to get you into heaven, that you want to go to heaven. Just do. It is a true sacrifice that has to be made, and I just say take your time with it. Don't pressure yourself to the point of, it sends you into even more of a traumatic response, tailspin, but definitely keep it in the forefront of your mind so that you don't forget it. That's what I would say. That's what I've been working on, forgiving myself. And you know what, V, I find too that self-forgiveness is a ongoing process, because I'm gonna say this right here. Okay, Zen, hold on. I'm gonna say this right here. A traumatic life event comes to drag your soul. It comes to drag your soul. And so this is the reason why I say, if you to that point of considering forgiveness, the other part of the topic suggestion was, and the backlash that you receive from forgiving. That was the last part of it. So that's why I said, if on your journey you decide that that's something that you want to do, I think as far as being worried about backlash or what anybody else thinks, I think you're gonna have to probably forget about that. Now I know it's gonna come with some ramifications and probably people calling you talking crazy, and in your face talking crazy, and sending information through the hotline talking crazy. And I get that. And hey, people just gonna talk crazy. That's what I've determined, because people ain't stopped talking crazy since the last time I knew that you could talk crazy. People haven't stopped talking crazy since I became aware of talking crazy, which I'm sure that I was a child when that, because hell, I'm sure I was a child. So up until now. So let people talk crazy, gain your entry that you seeking into an everlasting life, and you really not gonna be able to worry about the backlash. Deal with it the best you can. I hope don't nobody try to fight you over it. Um, I feel like I was compelled to forgive because, as the giver that I am, I knew that me not forgiving was going to have an effect on other people in my life. So let me go ahead and do that the best that I can so that we can move forward, and I don't have to be burdened or situationed with the problem or the person. So it'll be okay. And plus I had that moment in time where I entered that contest and won, and I talked about forgiving myself. And so I knew that I was being in a forgiveness moment. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna forgive or you gonna not forgive? What you trying to do? And so it worked out fine for me. I'm sure that somewhere in the background of life, I'm sure that people were talking. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what people do. That's what people do. People talk. This is why I love being an observer more than a talker in real life. I know I'm on here talking with y'all on the live, but you know, oh no, me forgiving myself is for me. Oh, absolutely. It's more like forgiving myself for dealing with and putting up with unnecessary shit, but the folks is over for them. Exactly. The forgiving myself part is for me. is for me, because that it brings me out of bondage. You know what I'm saying? While I'm over here, you know, steady pushing down like a trash compactor, steady pushing it down, and it's not serving me emotionally, mentally, or physically. So forgiving myself, that's for me, like I said, for the things that, the ways that I could identify that me not forgiving myself caused me to not treat myself the way that I deserve to be treated by myself, treating my life, treating the decisions that I make. But the next step to forgiveness after that is, if you want to actually forgive the person, like, or whatever it is, that's the next step in forgiveness. And I guess when I looked at it from, um I'm gonna say, a religious point of view, okay, it certainly don't have to be looked at that way, because forgiveness is an energy that spreads far and wide, okay, the same way that bad energy spread far and wide. So, but for me, from a biblical perspective, I was like, okay, see, I'm always being challenged to, like, can you push this? Can you do, or do you stay here? Or can you? So I did choose forgiveness. Um, I think that I made a I chose it. I was choosing it regardless. It didn't matter if I was in the presence of the person or not, presence of the situation or not. I had already chosen forgiveness, and that was that on that. But I did considerably amplify it by being in the presence of the person. Don't think too far. Like, don't think too far, like, oh, she gay. Yeah, and I get that. My cutoff game is very strong. And it's some people that if you ever knew who they was or found them or asked them, you would be like, I don't even know what happened to her. I don't even know. She just dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know what happened. I don't I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, my cutoff game is up there. Um, but because I'm also very, I would say emotional, sentimental. I don't know. Anyway, I went to the level of forgiveness. It's all a done deal now, but I went to the level of forgiveness. I pushed myself, and yeah, it didn't kill me. It didn't hurt me. It didn't, everything was okay. I definitely felt safe. I would not have went to that level of forgiveness if I didn't feel safe, and I wouldn't recommend that anybody do that. If you don't feel safe, you can forgive a person in your head, and you can forgive them in your prayers, and keep it moving, baby. And I have done that too, and still will do it. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, so that, but I'm just saying, if you are a person that in the process of forgiveness, going through your own forgiveness journey, you reach the point where you say, okay, now I have a choice to forgive this person or not forgive them. And actually push all the way to the end with it. If that's what you're choosing to do, I would not, you ain't gonna be able to be concerned about the backlash, because in everything that we do and every decision that we make in life is somebody somewhere talking about it. Okay. There's somebody somewhere talking about it. And what they think is good is bad, spilling tea in your business, doing all of that. That's the reason why I like to be private, because as much as you sit up and focus on being good each day, I have learned, and it's so sad, that it is somebody sitting up somewhere focusing on being low vibrational, and, talking bad things over your life, what they heard, what they thought, what they saw, what they, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, yeah. I think I got off track, y'all. I think I got off track. I got too deep into the conversation. I got too deep into the conversation. I think I got it might be the Leo. Oh, baby, it's the Leo in you. Yes, it's the Leo in you, and it's some Leos that I know that could tell you always trying to make things. Well, that's me too. That's me too. I'm very. I think that's the reason why Leos. I just and I don't know why I just in my well because I've been knowing April since the '90s, but I think she was the only Leo that I knew. So then when I meet another Leo and I'm like, wow, these people are really loyal people. Like they really, once they put somebody in their heart, the person is there and they treat it as that. Whereas I'm the type of person you could be in my heart, but because I could be so withdrawn sometimes, I don't outer give it to you, but I'm inner giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. I'm hoping that you're safe. But I'm saying, but Leos will actually put it in there and they'll put it out there. And so when a Leo cut you off, when a Leo cut you off, you've lost a good thing. And that's just my experience with Leos. It's a people thing as well. So please don't be like, she talking about God, but she talking about zodiacs. I'm talking about life. Okay. I'm talking about life. I can't help but put it out there. It's natural. It is so natural to y'all. It is so very natural. Like it's just, in at best in this lifetime, if all I have to give is to acknowledge it, I want to acknowledge it because it is so natural. It's very natural. That's the reason why I said after Lent. Because remember last year after Lent, and I think we went out and got some drinks, and then you was like, "Yeah, because you made it through Lent," and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like that was so thoughtful to me. Like, wow, somebody was thinking about me. Somebody was actually thinking about me, and was like, "Let's go do this because." We're gonna celebrate you doing that, in the most simplest form, but yet and still, So that's another reason too why forgiveness. Don't never put yourself in harm's way for forgiveness because you ain't gonna never say that you heard that from me. She said that she forgave all the way. That's my situation. That's me. It is what it is. And unfortunately, the level that I forgave has caused me to be like, from this point forward, I forgive people in my heart because I've run out of energy. I've run out of energy. I gave. This is my life to live. So I get you, V. Trust me. I get you. I'm telling you, I'm on both sides. I'm there. It was just a rare occurrence in which I decided that it would be best for the situation. You know, I'll put it to you like that it would be best for the situation. All right. So yeah, yeah. Woo, baby. Listen, let me tell you what my favorite motto is these days that I tell people, and I usually tell it to somebody I consider a friend, and they always crack up. I'm like, baby, I got 1.5 friends left. Do you hear me? I might have started my 50s with 7 people that I consider to be close friends. And I got 1.5 friends left. So the ones that I got, baby, I'm holding on to y'all for dear life. I'm holding on to y'all for dear life. Like, okay, okay. So that's the reason why it's important to me just to acknowledge that like, yeah, what I know that Leos do. And imagine a Leo I've been knowing since the 90s. Imagine that. Okay. baby, baby, my daughter's godmother, my daughter used to be laced. Okay. If it was a birthday, Christmas, she was laced. She was laced. I'm talking about laced. She would come in here like this. You know what I'm saying? Leather jacket, outfit, coat, bag, another leather jacket, pajamas, hat, gloves, a fur coat, this, that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what, sister? I have baby, listen. Yes, y'all do. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing that is it what you trying to say, Danielle? Am I for y'all? Let me know something now. Because we went just past an hour, so I'm gonna close the live down anyway soon. But I definitely want to talk about Black History Month because this is the last day of Black History Month, and I think that that topic soirees very well from traumatic life events, forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good little soiree. Danielle, let me know. Are you saying Chanel down, or are you saying that the channel is down? Let me know. 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 Oh, y'all, why y'all let me? Oh, okay, 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 okay. I'm like, why y'all let me clown like this? But you know, it's fine because one thing I know. Wait a minute, V. One thing I know is that we have discussed things that are important to discuss. So then once we've done that, we can do whatever else it is that we want to do because we've discussed the important topics. So yeah. Um okay, I got you. I got you. I was like, it's the live now. Black History Month. It's the last day of Black History Month, y'all. And oh, I feel like I didn't give Black History Month the attention that it absolutely deserves. I tried to remember here and there to post things about it on social media. I think my mind has been overly occupied with a lot of other things, but I do not want that to be a thing. I do not want that to be a thing when it comes to Black History Month and Black history in general. Um, Only thing that I did because I do want to start doing something during Black History Month that will serve as like you know, my participation, my awareness, and my desire to continue learning. I wanted to represent that. So the only thing that I did during Black History Month, St. Louis had a horrible tornado last year on May 16th that basically obliterated many parts of the city. My mother is a city girl. Okay, she from the north side. She's a city girl, and my mother has a lot of core memories. I don't want to cry. We gonna get through this, y'all. We gonna oh, I got y'all shaking. We gonna get through this, y'all. Okay. So my mother has a lot of core memories in the city, and everywhere that she has a core memory is destroyed. It is destroyed. It is destroyed. So even prior to the tornado, you know, she likes to go for her city rides just so she can go through the places that are parts of her that are a part of her core memories. You know, and I oblige, honey. I oblige. I oblige. I fuss and everything, but I oblige because I know that these places hold a special place in her heart. But the tornado, baby, let me tell you something. Every core memory that my mama got in the city is gone. It's gone. It is gone, okay? From the house that she grew up in to the church that she walked to for Bible study and church and all of that, gone. Okay. School, my mother is a retired school teacher. She was a school teacher for 35 years. Every school that she worked at, well, a lot of those was deteriorating anyway, but Yeah, the tornado didn't make it no better. So, and even if it wasn't due to the tornado, just to see the way that they have deteriorated, that is where her core memories lie. So one thing I did do during Black History Month, the neighborhood that she grew up in St. Louis is called Fountain Park, and was it was destroyed by the tornado. The church was destroyed. The church that she went to, the church that she grew up in, as a little girl. So in Fountain Park, there was a historical Martin Luther King statue. Okay, I'm gonna post pictures of all of this stuff after the live. There was a historical Martin Luther King statue, and the tornado, baby, it was gone. Martin Luther King was over. He was over like this. At first he was like this, and then he was over like that. So I took her to see it. We've been through the neighborhood several times. I know people like, why do these people keep riding around? And I be feeling so bad. But I said, if anybody asks me, I'ma just say, this is my mother. Okay, she's 80, and I know you're not gonna talk bad to her. And this is where she grew up, and she just wants to see. So we've seen it, of course, down, but they recently put it back up. I think Martin Luther King's fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated, the St. Louis chapter, got the thing put back up. So I took her for a ride to see it back up and looking lovely. Okay. And so she got to see that. And oh my God, she was talking so much. You should try to find images online from years there and create a video for her. I think I should too. I think I should too. I've taken a lot of pictures, but I'm gonna try to find pictures from when everything was normal. That's what you're saying. That is a really good idea. So, I just tripped off of this time, and we went past the Martin Luther King statue in Fountain Park, saw that back up. Went past some of her old schools, the Ville neighborhood where Homer G. Phillips is. It's a documentary on YouTube about Homer G. Phillips. It's really good. A perfect watch for the last day of Black History Month, because it talks about how this hospital was built for Black people in St. Louis, and as a result of it being one of the only, a lot of the top medical students, they came to St. Louis so that they could practice at this hospital. It's a really good documentary. It talks about the doctors, the nurses. It even talks a little bit about like technical staff, the neighborhood. The Ville was also destroyed in a tornado. It's a very historic neighborhood. Tina Turner, Arthur Ashe, Red Fox, Robert Guillaume, like a lot of like creative people that went on to be famous came from this neighborhood. And my mother taught at a school in this neighborhood, so we went to see that. It's obliterated. So but that was my Black History Month activity, or at least I'm gonna make it be okay. Because she talked a lot during this ride, and I was just driving, and I was like, I say, boy, she spit off history like, I was like, this is weird, because it's like she spits off history almost like a savant. Like she just was going, 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 going. And I was like, wow. So I tried to take it all in, but it's good information to know, because just think, some people ain't gonna get the information. But my mother will literally tell you everything she remembers from her life living in the city, growing up since 1946. Well, she was born in Memphis, but once she came to St. Louis, which she was a child, she's going to tell you everything. She's going to tell you what was on that corner, what was there, the name of it, who owned it, how you knew they mama. She going to tell you all of that. Oh, that would be so good. Oh, that would be so good. Okay, because I did tell her, I said, Mama, I said, going forward, because I honestly have told her before that I didn't want to go on the ride no more. I said, Mama, because it's too devastating. I don't want to keep looking at all this devastation. It's messing with my mental. I don't want to do, like I told her one time, I said, it's the last time. I said, because I just don't want to see it. But once I saw that the statue was back up, I was like, come on, let's go. Let's go. And so she got to see that. And so that was my Black History activity, and I feel good about it. But I do, it's an exhibit that I want us to go see at the History Museum as well, but we probably won't make that before Black History Month is over. But it's here until July. It's about the Mill Creek neighborhood. She knows all of that stuff. Like she's literally, I was driving last Sunday just like, wow, she is just spilling off information. So that's a good idea. We'll take more rides and I'll get the footage, and then exactly, and then she can I can put it together in a video and then do the voice. She can voice over it. Yep. Yep. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, I hope that everybody finds something to do to celebrate the last day of Black History Month, even if it's so much as watching something on TV. Like I told you about the Homer G. Phillips documentary about the hospital that served Black patients in St. Louis. Very, very good. It not only talks about the hospital, but it talks about basically that in the Ville neighborhood, they had created like I don't want to call it an ecosystem, but we could because it involves the economy. They had created their own ecosystem, and that included a hospital, and they were running off of that. And you had famous people, coming from the neighborhood, going to do big things. You had doctors coming from Meharry and Howard because they needed to come to this hospital in particular. So yeah, it's a really good documentary if you get a chance to watch it. But that's something that you could do or whatever. But we on the last day anyway, and if you did anything, you are a star, baby. You a star. So yes, y'all. Oh my God, my emotions went all everywhere in this live. I went from telling y'all about my crash out at the beginning over Amazon package to I didn't cry talking about forgiveness, but talking about Black history and um talking about my mom. I did, yeah, I got a little emotional. Y'all, thank y'all for being there for me. It just lets me know that I'm in the right direction. All right, and whatever makes you know that, you keep doing that same thing too. Thank you for being here with me on this Saturday live that almost didn't no, but I'm gonna watch it. Where can I watch it? Where can I watch it, V? Tell me, 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 tell me. Is it on YouTube? Okay, I got Peacock, so cool. Yes, I'm gonna check that. I might watch that tonight. That'll be my closing ceremony for Black History Month. Let me tell y'all this other thing too, real quick before we go, and we'll talk about it more as time goes on. So for Lent, I made myself, I committed myself to a couple of things, but one of them is that I will not eat out or buy any fast food or eat out in general Sunday through Thursday. Friday, Saturday, because it's the end of the work week and it's the weekend, I can treat myself to something. But let me tell you something. Yesterday came and I was like, okay, it's Friday. I mean, I literally been talking about this all week. Friday, I'm going to give me something. Friday, I can't wait to give me something. Friday, because I've been making myself eat at home. Baby, Friday came. Where did I eat my lunch? At home, leftovers. The evening came and I was like, okay, well, just treat yourself to dinner, right? Just treat yourself to dinner then. Lunch, okay, we ate at the crib, but treat yourself to dinner. Dinner time came, blank. I just drew a blank. I was like, I said, I don't know. I guess eating at home has kind of really like worked on me very quickly because all of a sudden I don't even, and it's like I was looking because I was going to order something for delivery and I did, and it was low vibrational, but hold on. I was looking for something to get delivered and I just, nothing appealed to me at all. It was I was like, wow, this is crazy. So we're going to see how that continues on. Later on that night, I did place a order of low vibrational food and I threw away half of it this morning because yeah. But anyway, I done had my little fun. Okay. But anyway, y'all, thank you for being on this live. Thank you for dealing with the highs and lows of me and these topics and these products. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate my replay viewers just as much. Okay. Yeah, and everybody go on to have a beautiful and safe weekend. And we will chat in the community post, and we will chat on the shorts, which I need to get one up. I'll see you guys later. All right. Bye. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate you. Mwah. Bye.